If you are building your entire content business on YouTube alone, you are one YouTube policy away from losing your entire business. I've seen it happen so many times. Normally, you'd see situations like creators with hundreds of videos, their channels suddenly getting hacked, or for some reason they get demonetized. They just end up losing everything due to one issue or the other. Some based on ignorance, some based on, flouting the YouTube policy. Just anything can happen to anyone, both as a small creator or a top creator. Let's talk about how to actually protect yourself and what you should start doing today. In today's video, I will be breaking it down to you. I'm trying to make it as simple as possible because it's really a very extensive and inexhaustible topic, but I'll try to simplify it. Now I'm going to break it into 3 parts. So do well to make sure you stay to the very end so that you can get a clear picture of how to go about things going forward. Now, so the 3 things we're going to be focusing on is 1, the fact that YouTube is rented land, it's rented space. Of course, I'm not talking about real estate kind of thing, but the platform is rented to you because it doesn't belong to you. Right? You rented that space, that channel, or whatever thing you are doing at that time. And then another thing we're going to be discussing about is the fact that you shouldn't be chasing vanity metrics. Right? This is something that I was not even aware of. I was looking at there's this dopamine you get when you get so many views, so many reactions, so many, serious engagement on your content. So there are things that you're going to need to focus on. Now, I'm not saying that getting good views and all that is bad, but it shouldn't be the only thing that you will be focusing on. Another issue that we're going to address or discuss about is the 3 pillars of a safe creator business. The areas that you're going to need to focus on to make sure that you fortify your business in a safe way against loss is the hard truth. And whether you choose to accept it or not, this is the reality currently. So YouTube is not owned by creators. That we have already established and that we have already earlier mentioned. And because of this, because you are renting the platform, it means that you have to obey their rules, you have to obey their policy, and you also have to obey what the algorithm expects you to do. Of course, it's also related to the kind of content you put out. So there may be types of content you want, but the algorithm and the policy will not allow you to do that on their platform. The thing you need to take note of is that the algorithm can change at any time without permission being taken from you. The monetization rules too can change within seconds without any recourse to you. This also means that anything can happen. Anything can happen to your channel, to your account. I'll give an example. Your account can be hacked. It can be hacked, whether deliberately or by people that are just looking. You understand what I mean? It can be hacked. Then your channel can also be deleted by mistake. Yes, it can be deleted by mistake, and of course the best you'd get is an apology, but most likely you may need to start all over again. So who do you want to blame for that? Because the channel, the platform doesn't belong to you. Now, there's also the case of where your account can be flagged by mistake because errors happen. Yes, the algorithm may be a software, a tool, a coding program or whatever, but it's still being handled by human beings who are also prone to error. You also have a situation whereby your account, apart from being flagged, hacked or deleted by mistake or for whatever reason, these monetization policies can change overnight. Of course, without your permission. Because remember, you are a tenant, you are not a landlord. Monetization policy that you're working towards to gain that monetization status can change a day before you become monetized. And you can't even afford to complain about that. Now, monetize today and tomorrow demonetize. So I hope by now we're already on the same page as to the aspect saying that YouTube doesn't belong to creators. It belongs to them. And whatever purpose they want it to be for, you have to obey the rules, obey the algorithm, and also obey the policy. Of course, in relation to monetization as well. In fact, do you know that copyright claims can be dropped on you even long after you've been monetized for whatever reason? So you need to understand that if you don't have a copyright claim today, you can also have a copyright claim tomorrow. That means that when policies change, it can either affect you negatively or positively. Can you remember that my friend I spoke about, that video that I made about her waking up overnight and finding out that her channel had been deleted? So yes, this is just an example amidst many other case studies and examples of creators who just woke up and got a slam, or of course without, some had warnings, some didn't have warnings, but of course were penalized for committing one offense or the other. Let's move on to the 3 pillars of a creator's security. Look, whether you accept it or not, you need to secure your channel and you need to secure your audience. That is the people that are already following you and love what you do. So the first one we're going to address here is your content. The first aspect we need to really touch on and face and focus on in these three pillars is your audience. Now, by your audience, I mean those people that love what you do, that enjoy your content, your community. The first thing you have to do with this audience is to gain their contact. Yes, their contact. You don't necessarily have to gain their phone number. That's not what I'm telling you. The thing you need to do here, or the action you need to take, is to get an email list. Create an email list whereby you can have their contact details to reach out to them if perchance you lose your channel. So I'll do another video on how to create an email list, but this is the first thing you need to write down and take note of. So when you create an email list, they do this is by creating what they call a lead magnet, something free. Offer them something free, a free training, a free class, a free digital product. Now you're going to use that to get their email addresses. By doing that, you are secure to a certain extent. It means if you lose your channel, you can easily reach out to them and secure your audience or your community to ensure that all the time you have them. So if you have, say, 20,000 subscribers, then ideally you should have 20,000 email addresses of your subscribers. The second thing you need to do is to back up your content. Don't rely on YouTube as your content library. It doesn't belong to you. Like I said before, YouTube doesn't belong to you. Now, how are you going to back up your content? First of all, if you're working, of course you can't use your phone. So you can save it on maybe iCloud or your Drive. You can also save on your desktop or your laptop. But it's also good to also have a backup, like a hard drive. So you can first of all make sure that your content is saved in maybe a zip file or the cloud, right? So when you have that saved, the next step is to also have a hard drive. It's not wrong for you to have a backup in 3 or 4 places, but start from one place. And like I said, don't rely on YouTube as your only content library. The third pillar here is something I'm very passionate about. If you're not aware, I have another channel that is strictly dedicated to finance. When it comes to money business, I'm always number one. Everything about making money legitimately, I'm always interested. Now, in this aspect, third pillar to secure yourself is your income. Don't wait for only AdSense to bless you. Don't do that. What you should do now, if you don't already have this, is to start creating digital products, group classes, one-on-one sessions, master classes, books, ebooks. There's so many products that you can produce and start earning from it even before you get your 1K subscribers and your 4K watch hours. And even after you've gotten your 1K and 4K, it is still good to have these digital products. What they do for you is to drive your brand, increase your visibility, and also increase your income. Any reason YouTube says they don't want your market again, or they ask you to pack your load and leave the house, you know that you are still insured in getting regular income into your account. Do you need to start doing now? The first step is to create what is called a landing page. Now, a landing page is a much easier thing to create or build than having a full website. You don't need to have a full website to start selling your products. What a landing page is something or a link that directs people off the platform to deal with you or speak with you or interact with you directly. So when you have this landing page, which is what most creators should have, you can be able to interact with your people one-on-one, especially considering the fact that YouTube doesn't have places like a DM. It's only just the comment section. So it builds a relationship, a deeper relationship between you and your audience. So you have a landing page, or if you already have an existing website, you're going to create what they call a lead magnet, a free digital book, a free class or anything to drive traffic there. Once you drive traffic there, then you'll be able to start getting their emails. It's not something that happens overnight. It may take some time, but within a few weeks, a few months, a year or more, you'll be able to generate enough emails for you to consistently work on to not only secure your business, but to increase your income and, of course, improve your brand. Once you've been able to do that successfully, then you have to move on to the next stage. The next stage after creating your landing page or your website is to start offering low ticket offers or free classes. For young creators, I always advise you start with free, so that when people come onto you or meet you or contact you or reach you, they will first of all see the level of value you have to give. Once you have value and your content and your videos are on point, people will not have a problem paying for your services or your products. But to easily get people and win trust, I always advise you have a free offer first, and then you can then move to a low ticket offer. Now we have low ticket offers and high ticket offers. Low ticket offers are usually cheap and inexpensive, but the high ticket offers are usually very expensive and sometimes run into thousands of dollars. But I would not advise you as a young creator who doesn't really have a strong brand yet to start with high ticket offers. So low ticket offers can range between $1, $2, $5, $10, or even as good as free. Once you start that, you start building trust with your brand and confidence with people. Trust me, the minute you're already getting that trust, selling high ticket offers will be becoming easier. You know that before people buy from you, there's what is called the KLT factor. They must know you, they must like you, and they must trust you. This also means that when you're on YouTube, you have to be consistent with the value that you give. So once you start creating low ticket offers or low ticket classes or free classes or whatever product or service you have at a very affordable point, then you can start moving to high ticket offers and start gaining good income. Most importantly, I need you to stop thinking that YouTube alone is your business. No platform, and it's not just about YouTube, no platform singularly belongs to anybody. Whatever, even if it's Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, it doesn't belong to you. So all this advice is also applicable for other platforms in case you're positioned there. The landing page, however, or the website is what belongs solely to you. So you have to be very strategic in what they are doing. At the end of the day, your content, your value, and your brand is what draws people towards you. But if you think, oh, I'm a top creator here, and you're carried away by the dopamine, by the clouds, by the bragging rights, which I must say is really wonderful, but you must remember that you have to have somewhere else where you can interact one-on-one with your audience in case anything happens, and also as a business backup. Remember, we are talking 3 pillars here. YouTube is the door. Your business is on the other side of that door. I want to build something that lasts, something that you're not going to have high blood pressure when the policy changes. Because let's be real, anytime we hear there's a change in policy, there's a change in rule, there's a change, creators, if you find them everywhere, all creators are just on and on about it, and everybody's developing high blood pressure once a policy changes. Because the first question you ask yourself is this policy going to affect me? Oh my God, how will I wake up tomorrow and I'll not see my channel again? That fear will always be there. And this is the reason why having security for your content, because you need to see this as a business. If you see this as a business, then you treat it differently and strategically. So having these pillars to safeguard your business will help you to sleep better and sleep in peace, as long as you do it the right way and stay within the rules. So like I said, YouTube is a door and your business is on the other side. So I want your business to last longer. I want it to stretch as long as possible, and of course in a very sustainable way, because this is exactly also what I'm also doing for my business. Helping you as a creator grow and build something sustainable that also positions your brand, saves you time, and makes you that kind of creator that will have peace of mind is what Creator Growth School is all about. So if this video helped you to have some level of clarity or you learned something new, please don't forget to subscribe, drop a comment for me, like, and recommend this channel to any other creator who you know that may just be building blind or in ignorance. Remember, we share the truth here, we share the facts here, no fluff, no clickbait, we say it as it is. If you want my free creator starter kit, drop a comment for me as well, and I'll definitely send it across to you.